Heavenly Greens has been doing artificial turf for a decade now, but they've also gone into some beautiful other landscaping items. This is Louis Tree. She's their production manager. He is very tall.
Yes,
well,
I
actually,
am.
He's
Come on
not
up.
that tall.
Come on up. There you go.
We're standing on one of the features that they are now delivering. What is this?
These are pavers, and they're a great addition to your backyard. They're a nice walkway or porch.
Mm-hmm. And then you've got walls as well.
We also do walls, and walls are a great feature in your backyard. You can sit on them. They can define an area.
Mm-hmm. Capstone makes a big difference in terms of giving it some beautiful definition.
Exactly.
Contrasting capstone. This is more of a weathered look, I guess you'd have to call it.
They call this.
See, now I'm the taller one. I
there
like
you go.
this part.
There you go. They call this Roman stone, and again, it's just a nice garden wall. It's an addition to your backyard.
It's kind of a tumbled stone, I guess.
Yeah.
Now look at something. Don't go away yet. I want to show you something. Now, just imagine trying to mow this. Okay, this would be a bit of a challenge. So one thing about Heavenly Greens is the artificial turf. You don't have to worry about ever mowing it, and you're not going to get any weeds over there.
Right, right.
So that's a perfect example of how nicely Heavenly Greens artificial turf integrates into the rest of the yard.
It does really well because the turf can go around in places that you wouldn't want to deal with grass.
Yep. Now, lighting is something, actually there's a really pretty example of lighting over here. I don't know if you can tell, but you also do landscape lighting.
We do landscape lighting. We do FX Luminaire, which is a great quality product. And
watch this, ladies and gentlemen, this is my favorite part. This is the remote for the fountain.
This is a pondless water feature, and this is a great addition to your backyard as well.
Okay. Walkways, that's an area, I will tell you that there is something about a walkway that runs through a lawn, an undulating walkway, that can really make a difference. You can
That's
get a
nice,
good
isn't it?
example here in the showroom. And this is what material?
This is called Futura stone, and this is applied right over existing concrete, which means you can dress up your existing patio or walkway or porch.
Wow.
It's great, it's durable, it's been around for 30 years, it's a great product.
It's been the greatest thing for our school, and the children love it, the parents love it, and my staff and I love it.
This is the first winter that I have not had to wait by the door, grab my dogs, run to the garage because they've got mud on their feet. This winter I could relax. They didn't have any mud, they can't dig anything up, and it just made a big change for me.
Well, Henry, I'd say longevity. You know, there's a lot of turf companies out there that can install grass and make it look good on day one. But we're projecting 5 years, 10 years down the road. We want the grass to look just as good.
So what are you doing that's different?
Well, we have a patented infill system. It's a sand and rubber mixture. And what it's designed to do is it's designed to help the blades of grass stand up and look natural.
It sits between those blades.
It's raked in. Once the turf is laid down, it's raked in. Yes.
And that's permanent.
That's permanent, right.
And obviously, when you press down on it, it pops right back up again.
It pops right back up.
Is that because of the infill?
That's the DuraSpine technology, which each blade has an individual spine. So that helps in the process, too.
Right. Now, what about the feel of artificial grass, and what's the difference between this and others?
Well, the sand and rubber mixture, as you can feel, it feels like real grass right now. And what that'll do is 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, it will continue to feel like real grass. The last thing you want to have happen is you're having a barbecue out back and you have people standing on your lawn and it starts to feel like this, and you have, saying things like, "Hey, Henry, why is your grass so hard?"
Henry? Your grass is like cement. In the Heavenly Green artificial turf also makes a difference in the way that the lawns are actually installed. This is Steve Taylor, one of the people involved in keeping an eye on the installation. So would you explain the difference that infill causes?
Yes, infill causes a difference in the way that we attach it to the ground. In our installations, we use a landscape staple.
Right.
And we put these on the perimeter only. Just about every 12 inches. And that helps keep the perimeter down. And then we let the infill, the sand and rubber, weigh down the rest of the yard.
Oh, I see. So is that heavy enough to actually hold down the lawn?
Yes, it's about 6 pounds per square foot.
Right.
So it's definitely heavy enough, but it's also soft, as you felt before.
Yeah.
Now with a non-infilled grass, what they have to use to keep their grass down is they have to use these large steel spikes. And these go all over the place.
Oh, I see. So they go into the interior of the lawn, not just along the edge.
Exactly.
Because that's the only thing that's going to hold the lawn down.
Exactly. And they just look dangerous. I know that my brother and I like to play football in our backyard, and I can't even begin to imagine how much damage one of these could do if you were to, say, trip on it or even fall on one.
Yeah.
You just don't want that.
Okay, so there are substantial differences here, and a great place to learn about them is here at the showroom.
We were battling with constantly replacing sod. We like the garden, the yard to look very nice, so we were constantly replacing sod. And another concern had always been is our water bill. Where we live, there's a lot of water restrictions.
So these days, you've got a lawn that your watering bill would be
0.
And let's see, your lawn cutting bill would be
It's 0.
0. Gee, this is a pretty good deal.
One of the things I love about Heavenly Green's turf is that the realistic look of the turf. I had a delivery man come here yesterday, and he had mentioned how wonderful the turf looked, the grass. And I told him it was artificial grass, and he was in disbelief. He had to go over to the turf and actually feel it and touch it, and he was just totally amazed at the product.
I mean, it's really changed things so much for me. It's made things so much easier, and my yard really looks nice.
It may seem a little counterintuitive to be going indoors to appreciate the great outdoors, but here at the Heavenly Greens showroom in San Jose, you can get a great idea about how the artificial turf from Heavenly Greens can really enhance your home. So, Troy, the benefits of a showroom. For one thing, the weather. It's always perfect in here.
Clearly, it is. But one of the biggest advantages is really just being able to see what this product's going to look like in your yard as compared to, of course, we're going to be able to come out to your house and show you items, but having it be seen in its true application rather than just a piece of product on a kitchen table, if you will, is the advantage.
Yeah.
You can see what it's going to really look like.
It also gives you some ideas about the other elements that they handle, the various kinds of hardscape walls, and what is it called? Futura
stone. We can do a number of different colors here.
Earlier. Now, pets, fabulous for pets, good drainage, no burn marks. Kids, take a look at this. I mean, you can't take a look at it like you could really tell, but this is actually padded specially, right?
Right, it's special pad. Typically the applications here are schools, churches. We do a number of commercial applications, but it's to protect children on falls.
Right. And then there is, well, the remarkable putting greens and general greens.
Yeah, we've got a couple of different putting applications. This happens to be a PPG, professional putting green, and I know that we talked a little bit earlier, but this will hold a true chip at about 80 to 100 yards out. It's gonna react just like a regular green.
But there are various levels of green, of putting green, right?
Right.
You've got the professional, and then
there's just our standard.
Mm-hmm. And one of the great things about these putting greens is that you are guaranteed on a Heavenly Greens putting green to always sink your putt unless you're me, in which case. But if you mention Bay Area bargains, it always goes in the hole. Now, this is a
yeah, that's a tee box. We custom build tee boxes as well. We've done 3-hole yards, so we've got a tee box to tee off from 3 different holes.
Right. If you've got a lawn problem, and this is a pretty good example of a lawn problem, I mean, we're talking about mud, drainage problems, maybe it's under a tree and you have too much shade, maybe you got pets. Well, Heavenly Greens Field Turf really has all the answers, and in addition, no pesticides.
Otherwise, it doesn't need to be mowed. And then it's really easy. It's very environmentally friendly. It's recycled products, and it has a very long warranty and a long-term life.
It really looks real. They have the backing on it seemed to be much more friendly, more of a filter to have you. The water goes through it everywhere on it instead of in the little holes like the other stuff had.
And now, finally, thanks for watching. Watch this Bay Area Bargains. Yes, yes, yes.